because it's a Saturday and transfers on some every club. You be doing commodity amount you really when I feel there. BBI come pa the amount. Which okay say it's been almost 4 or 5 months near you started doing commercial branch friend Vini Jr. The contracts no with team friend Real Madrid no. And idea is say almost an extension of the contract. Now this is from transfer market. Vini contract expire on the 30th of June 2027. I can't in 2 years. Or extended contract in 2023. Now, because of everything that's going on, Vini Jr. obviously so much contract extension. Reach from another. It's here a little bit interesting, kaka. What is that? Rock Nation for the handle everything transfer of our branch friend Vini Jr. Our catch Florentino Perez say they want a sign-on bonus for our branch friend Vini Jr. before he signs the contract extension for them. Eruti, I said, I don't have agreement, no, kaka, which a lot of people can say 30 million transfer sign-on bonus that Vini Peso Belgium. I say too much, kaka, and it's affects. It's not too much. It's for every big club and a big brand like Vini Jr. Up 30 million just for the sign-on bonus or the transfer we are, you give it to him. Now, there is a lot of wrong misconceptions. Say transfer bonus, no. Your friend is a sign-on bonus here. The amount only when you are signing a new contract. No. Because or extended beyond the particular time, no. It can be deemed for that contract now or extended, no. No matter the bonus for that. And that's what about here. Your friend Vini Jr. Pushy. So when the transfer bonus, no, for Onaka Sano. I don't know man kakra. I said the case of David Alaba, which what they did was that a chase cano bonus no every David Alaba salary so it's an come Madrid the top 5 NSL of Madrid no David Alaba can be because bonus now come demand for free from Bayern Munich you know almost chases can every revenue so each week and about here your friend David Alaba yes can each week basta for HSS can man so it's something that very more a person where Madrid wants to do. The only thing is that rich I don't think that Madrid values Vini as much as they did in the year 2023 or signing contract extension.
Madrid didn't value
no. They can't value no. I don't think so they value him as much as then. That's our time with Vini the number 1 player of Madrid. Maybe today he's not the number 1 player at Madrid.
Because of Mbappe.
Because of other people. 2023 now a non star boy, big boy, or signing contract extension. Now there has been Mbappe. Because what is 30 million? For a club like Madrid and for a brand like Vini Jr. Rock Nation for 40% of signing. No one just can. And it happens every time. Rich. I've seen players Florian Wirtz to Liverpool. Liverpool Papa took on bonuses as middlemen. So it happens every time. And I think that Madrid should be able to do their job. I don't think that Madrid would want to sell Vini Jr. And yeah, they don't bet assistants now. But definitely, they would want to make sure, say, at the end of the day, you know, on being a brand friend Vini Jr. on their terms. I can't 2 years on the contract, so I check they should finalize that. Which there is a young man called Carlos, I think the Augusto or so. I don't know, yes, sir, mural paintings, no. A suburb of Bilbao, my friend Baracaldo. Now, at Baracaldo, like I'm saying, Carlos stay in charge of Sadio Mano. After say Athletic for any of the statement about Monteno, they made sure say Carlos goes back and they defaced a unit of Vini Renewal friend Niko Williams. No, they've gone back and rewent on it on the wall. Which Carlos here doing and check immediately Carlos finished. Rich. Other hooligans are Baracaldo Cromodum. No. I could be facing Muro Alibiama. I'm not sure when say, I'm not using the F word, no, and the Amabante friend Vini Jr. So, the very first one, I'm not sure say whether Abante friend Niko Williams stays or leaves, no, he is still a traitor to them. And now, as it stands now, I'm not going to see the F word for him. You see, Rich, you can look at this from a hooligan point of view. But again, Richardo, say you have to understand Bilbao for. Why do I say Ote Bilbao for us? Bilbao have gotten more money from players and almost say and can almost say that you're too expensive on the level of Niko Williams. Would you do the 58 million there? And a sub chicken change for me to say Niko Williams in this market. Bilbao sold Kepa Arrizabalaga to Chelsea for 80 million plus. They sold Juan Laporta to Manchester City for 60 million plus. Athletic Club in Bilbao held Unai Simon as the Spanish #1 national team goalkeeper. And yes, small clubs are. To them, they are losing out on an opportunity to get good money from him. And then Barcelona fault. Why am I saying this? In year 2023, in the Nico signed a contract extension, which when he signed a contract extension, Bilbao won up Nico for almost 1.5 years. Saying Nico, Embra, now come on extended contracts. Now 58 million euros they share contracts release clause. It could be 100 million. But still, Nico did not batch. He has not signed a contract extension and he has been there. Even too annoying for Bilbao want to say. Barcelona, through their sporting director, was able to go into the public domain and then express some interest for the player, something which is wrong, being under FIFA transfer rules. You know what I'm saying? Masa, I will play and okay, I can't go better. See, once now they are, 80 million for Kepa there. And some continue to the marketing, 100 million for Abrante for Nico. And some 75 for Nico. Now, over the 58 million. Who yes was he can only want to train straight up front. Over the person can better so. Now, strategy I want say you want the boy to automatically show interest in you. Then only when you come out, strong leverage points at the beginning come say, oh, boy the crap pay and here. Mungu game trade in 3 installments and what have you.
And your emotional argument now, Beba of 1 year.
You see, you can describe it as an emotional argument.
Because you could feel.
Yeah.
Yet, hey. Na ujina wa oni insurance firm more contract.
Yeah.
Na insurance firm di ashem so fifi. Se station bi ba fufro. Na also be found we free insurance firm. Any problem. Na mom ye di shem se. Ebia station kro no so ba fa wa o metua sika sei. And emfaman. And ade ashem na nipa na sign contract. Now nipa ni sign wie no. I mean abrabo de boy nyina adwini tiri sisa. Then Fifi decided to be moving on. Ako anim and akonya station.
Yeah.
Our interest wo ho. And so no problem. Say sika say dey betime tua. Nya ba be fawo. It say team ni ba no so. The old contract I'm ready to trigger it. Na activating ma for nipa na. Sa emotional argument omoye and yet to weigh 100 yet to weigh in there. I disagree with them.
You see, Rich, I don't want you to ever accuse a fan of being emotional because the game is emotional.
Me, no, fans no. Na some common fans in common.
No, you fans in common. Fans na kokoye na yin sir.
No,
Athletic Club there.
Me share issue no from Niko Williams ni sikasam.
What I'm also saying is Athletic Club and Mambe can't change say. They want that amount of money. When Athletic Club came out, they said they protect their interest. And it is right. They have to protect their interest. And your fans now could deface the moral of Abrante Feni Nico.
Basa phone.
And I make us say, no, I'm not coming for Basa phone. And I make us say, don't take it as if Athletic Club for they are being racist or whatever. It's not about racism. Don't get it wrong. For them, the boy got to play in the World Cup and then in the Euros for the Spanish national team while donning the red and white of Athletic Club. Only your fans. If you go to Baracaldo, there is an Afro Bilbao community up on Nico. The story tells extensively. You can go on Netflix today. You will see the story of Nico Nane Mami telling them how Bilbao have accepted them in as their own when they are not. So it's a community through and through. Only Bilbao Nico on club or not. So it's a close-knit community. Fans will always be attached to that. Don't force them. And to them as a fan, only I can club. You talk to Paris, Amalaga, Chelsea, AP. On the wedding cover, on my say they will use the F word. They will call you a rat. No problem. My problem is that Barca do not make the issue also easy for the boy because of the transfer strategy Barca they call. They wanted the PR to be on their side. They wanted them to express more interest on Barcelona. Send them very easy for them. The part where they were wrong in rules, and I stated, was Niko. Eko want to express our interest no, and the FIFA transfers. It is wrong. At that point in time, you don't have that conversation. And Athletic in their own right decided to come La Liga for Kobe says, I'm pampan ko phone on to Niko. On it now Yestana. You see, everybody knows that when it comes to even buying Niko out of the contracts now, Barca can take a loan, they can take a level or whatever. I got to Niko. The bigger problem I can have several times, my bro, it's about the registration of Niko. And then I have yet about said it. Verbatim, clear. See, Barca are not in the 1:1. Mm-hmm. And 1:1 has been explained if you see several times. And your revenue versus expenditure. So me explain in simple terms for you. Usika unya and as a monthly salary. Anyone come home about sika. You come up any you Ukamama, any say uni more than say unya. It's about sentiment to register play to an car. Not the memory esa. And again, like and now have it as a kind. Barca knows what they have to do. And commoning Ram Athletic Bilbao for 1 year is because at the end of the day, Barca are buying time to get money to reach 1:1 and go and trigger.
Kofi, you see, fans, like you said, it drew maybe I saw too much.
Yeah.
But me feel say, Beba for no. So mo obi as mom bufuna. It should be on penny for. Barca in the baby. Only Niko akosa on contract. And whatever release clause yashim. Moses will be per brand and be Jessica we na memfano. Money a brand and abwa so extend your contract. Now release clause ni entimi page my brand and anye. Is it the fault of Barca? No. It is an asa brand and anye. Now Barca for say look, mo ama brand now. Wa poaching also about team no. Yes, we refuse our brand and it's good. And you be here the services. And the acquire down women na emfa wo. Yen trigger the no ya activate ni emfa brand na. Umunya ajiku. Umunya ajiku na trawan.
Omu ajiku.
Eh omu mpani fo no mum na so mmiri jiku ndi tro.
Omu na ajiku ma chen Niko Williams no.
Fine.
And omu ni Barca phone asem.
Say sa na tie dem.
Omu ni Barca phone asem.
Me person be drag Barca.
Omu ni Barca phone asem. Omu ni Barca wa said the club authority of Athletic Bilbao almost say 2 years can entire money donson.
Oh dem ni beba for 100%.
And the tia o tia.
Eh mna ne da o onye motions. And our brand so obo.
Fans
yes,
fans na adwini mu ni say Niko Williams ya ball for 2 years, almost 1.5 years to 2 years. Say can extend the contract na mine. Na can yen page release clause ni ka kan yen yes can be bebre we club him. Because yen ya bua quote on quote. And say yes can there. Then whether you go or stay, you are a traitor. And you have a F word amount. Then don't be doing come up. But Athletic club say they want their money. And Barca and now I think that I'll stop talking about it unless there is any major development on it. Because now your friend is saying La Liga president Eka Sema Tabas Emane very clear to me team. Or say Barca know what they have to do. Athletic club also know what Barca have to do. Now I call you. Of course, which Madrid is one with 2 left backs. There is Fela Mendy, there is Fran Garcia. But in Madrid still wants this young man called Alvaro Carreras. The last time in an interview, Benfica for president to say, still Madrid for one for from Mai. What I'm hearing is that Madrid would rather want Carreras or a Spanish international on loan before some Matono. And then you make Carreras is going to play for Benfica against Chelsea. Real Madrid in here. I think you should watch him. Oshana, you will get some good insight as to the kind of player that he is. And the ADSR story at the later end of his, And Rich, I've said it several times here. Said Mikel Arteta and Arsenal #1 choice of who will be their centre forward going into next season. Benjamin Sesko. There is no doubt about that. The problem has always been from the Leipzig camp. Leipzig for in this market, like everybody. And And they were pegging the amount I would be to Benjamin Sesko somewhere close to 100 million. Now Chelsea for in term and I'm sure move free on them. Now they have settled on a branch and Liam Delap. What we are hearing is that Arsenal are making inroads from a we Arsenal expect that Arsenal will buy. Arsenal will get a striker this summer, no matter what will happen. Arsenal the striker, beba. After Zubimendi, making sure some of midfield of Merino, Zubimendi, Odegaard, Declan Rice, they will add a centre forward to the pack. In fact, there is another centre back, Omoto, who looks like a bench friend, William Saliba. Okay, last season, it will maybe 2 seasons ago, you see us in the league because Saliba got injured. Last season, Gabriel Magalhaes also got injured at certain parts of the season. They want somebody in that shape, aggressive boot centre back. Only they will add a bench friend Benjamin Sesko to it. And yes, Sesko and yet the centre back is also a better as Arsenal for one most likely they'll go to Crystal Palace and try to trigger that deal and bring a better friend a better chair as to come to their camp to go and do the job. Have you seen this, Richard?
Ronaldo contract extension.
Team Ronaldo dia among cancer Ronaldo dia. Last year, the report was that Ronaldo was going to get just a 5% stake in Al Nassr. Which contract extension by 15% stake in Al Nassr owned by Cristiano Ronaldo. Me Sikano Enyemi Wawa. Do you know why Al Nassr have gone to the extent that they are going to give Cristiano Ronaldo say really Saudi Pro League Gold League votes or really or say go money bonus no? Wait, let me tell you something. Saudi Arabia want to be in the part of history for life. Which club do you know say Pele, our young baby con is associated with Richardo? Club Ben and Pele is associated with Santos. Diego Armando Maradona. Which club is he associated with? Napoli.
Yeah.
Because there were certain things in history. AC was our club, Satan, not those clubs were not big, but these players came to turn it around. Now, Cristiano Ronaldo goes away in the career. It was somewhere around 930 something after what he did over there. What Al Nassr want to do is that by the time Cristiano Ronaldo will reach 1,000 goals officially, he should be wearing the jersey of Al Nassr. Into that, all the Ronaldo went Juventus, one more Madrid, one more Manchester United.
Yeah, referencing
there is an Asian club.
Okay.
I was Saudi friend Al Nassr. And Ronaldo more, I go around the 1,000 goal mark. So strategically, almost every man is say Bogum. One day the club in history will get those mentions for you. Will be a man for security. Drivers miensa, gardeners miensa, yamane helicopter, rich. I feel crowded. Do you know say Ronaldo Adam Futocho Mucho Semedo? And then the new sporting director for Al Nassr. Fernando Hierro ya Pamano Manoko. Former coach Max Allegri ya Pamano Manoko. They have brought in 2 Portuguese, one Semedo, who is a close ally of Cristiano Ronaldo, and then Jorge Jesus as the new manager of the club. Essentially, Ronaldo never build a team. The likes of John Duran, Mobufi, Aston Villa, Bayer, Omar Bob Rebiano, they are taking them back on loan to Fenerbahce. Rich, Cristiano Ronaldo, next season, say a team no NTM Saudi Pro League, NTM Asian Cup now. It is on him because essentially, team and India, 15% stake. Owner, sporting director, were down for coach Ukra, so I will crown our sons to the neighbor. Also, I bet she's a team next season.
Because I ran to you. And the ball, you're too much. The aura around Cristiano Ronaldo on head of.
He's a blessed man.
You're too much.
Insurance pay how many percentage?
Then come in 5%
of Ronaldo insurance. No correct. No correct.
Look, yes, uncle for no penasimu.
Yeah.
Penasam.
Cristiano Ronaldo Aviero Santos.
Ti umani nyini sika no nkodi. Na CR7 say who say me body pan
sika no ma share that crown man must the wo Messi
me enko
wo Messi camp
mini Messi
camp Messi camp
oh dey say on say mo anam ko fa numbers ni
wo Messi camp wo Messi camp
obi abo Manchester United
ba o
Kofi
so Niko Williams so the rat
well, a legend though. Ronaldo is a legend of Manchester United. And I mean Manchester ni be happy Ronaldo asam. But once they say you must say the numbers neka. You go pulling numbers never dia hona mini pa the top from zone. But nyamie no kwani Abranten in nyame dia ma no.
It's too much.
He's too blessed. He's too blessed.
And twice a million.
Sika no dia me enko.
Masada na manko.
Me enko.
Me 13 euros per second. Niggas see make us say 30 minutes. Do the calculation of the number of seconds in 30 minutes. Now after there, we are no time sent by 13. Can make us say we are no. Odi o YouTube Facebook aye tum. Make us say na yes ka Ronaldo enya. Now the mommy anka Ghana has in ka wan yank me edwa. I can sit somewhere and sleep. Which is Antoine Semenyo not worth the 70 million na Bournemouth was on open?
So question on who say only me perspective on it. Players be on your menu Ukraine.
Yeah.
Say o show me numbers upuli.
Yeah.
Now show me price tag na entirely. But this sana market na ko you. So also open akoko be there like you said.
Yeah.
Is Oko Bomod now? This Antoine Semenyo guy, big.
Yeah.
He's too big. The numbers, any Bibiano, they will tell you that look, so people Bournemouth. No, to me says I goes to her. Oko one for more team can 70.
Actually, even call 10 goals.
Even Niko Williams, he great can say go the goals or say. So Antoine Semenyo. Even on your out and out track and put Michel goes where you should expect a bomb of no. But maybe they could fit to be honest with you. Players in the price tag a 2 dodo.
Well, most of the clubs.
But it says Anna.
Yeah, most of the clubs now are moving away from Antoine Semenyo, and for me, I think it is
70 years. I'm from Kakrai.
Which Odiameba. Yeah,
I'm from Kakra.
This is official. Which and then Alexander Isak is giving all indications that he wants to go to Liverpool. But Obekwa, he wants it to be done in the right way. Right way. Now, why am I saying this? Wakache the agency, they say, I don't know what Sociedad. The club that respected him and took a chance on him was obviously Newcastle United. And I'm on a platform. If Liverpool will come out, they should make sure they negotiate well and get him. Which means Liverpool have signed in excess of 200 million this summer alone. They've brought on Kerkers. They've brought on, what's his name? Fran Yates. They've added Jeremy Frimpong. And this season also, that is where the amount of Georgie Mamadashvili, the goalkeeper of Spanish La Liga, can ever on the books. So Liverpool has spent, if they go and do a deal for Benfica and Ishak, it's 100 million and over. But Ishak says, it has to be done in the right way. And he likes Liverpool team. We will see if Benfica and Alexander Ishak will move on from there. Which, I know you've heard of Brandon Mbeumo. And the fact that, and the conversation is that someone to yes can say Mutiana, they've turned down the second bid and they want you to bring more. You see, who you know and you also because who am Manchester United in me, not US capping. He paid 87 million for Harry Maguire. That time, no, now your record transfer fee. You paid 85 million for Benfica Jadon Sancho from Dortmund. That time, now Jadon Sancho Nubia. You paid 75 million for Casemiro from Real Madrid to come to Manchester United at that age. Again, another record amount. And held Di Maria, same amount, 75 million. Manchester United, 85 million for Romelu Lukaku, 78 million for Benfica friend Rasmus Haaland. You paid 105 for Paul Abile Pogba, who is the most expensive, and 95 million for Benfica friend Anthony. Which, so the reason is here, Brentford for 1 AM, someone will be free back. Because they know that you guys, our pre-consumed mindset United, or they we're not killing Tiao. Killer or betia. United. Oh wait, and then what kind of?
Say any negotiations you.
Oh wait, when we are not first one. What come? And then you want to say
Uti, because I know because the player in question, on also Manchester, no one of Bobo. It is a walk of a player, no, didn't catch us a look. Miss Hattie, we are one member, only problem.
And you
a bedroom, maybe no. A bedroom, maybe it will for Brentford. I don't come on selling it to us.
Maybe, but still, you pay the evaluation of the player.
Yen jam on the air,
oh, pardon, what is this? They are called.
We don't do
this. Is the two songs in our call.
If you say, Sebes and Cabana Kenya.
No, because of the first
you're more days ahead of us. And boy, and I am sure I say, look. Me ma catch your Tottenham for them.
Which all more days when you can true be the call. Yeah, they are 10 million down.
And I day.
So you go
and the problem.
Eh?
You better check now. So I ran to know didn't catch
you see the truth of the matter is that
we in the personal terms and in a week.
Any personal terms are saying
Casa Brentford for me just take it or leave it. You go beyond your target.
I said men are
you do that.
It was
take it or leave it.
Edu Master United one day we are wrong. Master Niko Williams the end to was. Ono ampa ehono edaonum tianafako
faneko
but ono all see and trying to say tianafako oba e won be catch them and akwan e friend say ban do me say kan 1 year kan 6 months bi o me contract no mu wa
enti ka we enton say
65 95 million dollars account 70 someone in new one no you've done it before. Right? There is a mindset no hold and I think the Manchester United will do the payment for Benfica friend Rich and now Chelsea made very close last step no for Benfica your friend Jimmy Bino Gatins expect in the next few days Chelsea should finalize Gatins deal no Chelsea for know that they have to pay for Gatins under 23 wingers now honum no Oko Germany, they said he's one of the skillful and most potent wingers. Chelsea know that they have to pay. They don't have any option. But because any left winger crab him or and that they have to pay for Brandt and Jimmy Gittins. They will do their job. No many players no more on the vanity. You ever could see papa on the Club World Cup matches now. Koso in the last few days now Koso Honum. And then the first game is going to be the one between the Brazilian teams. No? One of
two Brazilians. Nyamien Queenie. Palmeiras for me,
Mintimishon. What's your Botafogo?
Botafogo from them. And I think them who are mono. Though almost against PSG, but games over PSG in a bone in just that.
Yeah.
Almost chance in a buy, no.
Yeah.
Almost the Jumana. And Mumunya, we know. But the two Brazilians neighbor. Into there, Ibenya goes.
Yeah.
What I say, Ibenya goes. But I think Kakra Matiti from a man for our Master Palmeiras for no. As Omiye slightly ahead of Botafogo for.
The Palmeiras is a very good team. In fact, bookmakers don't put them slightly ahead, like I was saying, out of Botafogo. But me know also Yadjini. Yenko on the safe side goes.
Yeah.
Go. And also 1.5. Young commerce against you, your code in him. It's your some match number qua, con go. Maybe Nipa or Nintimaco match, we are Banter Fenistavao. I'll watch him and I'll see how things will go on from there. Then, and you may at 8 p.m. Big one. What if say Enzo Fernandez will be playing against his former team?
And open up with Bruno Lach. No, come on,
Which the Kaipa 2 seasons ago. Now, Todd Bolly, my back for. Now Baghdad Valley on the transfer deadline night and you day night and you see on one Benfica Chrome and now which the report is saying that a car face-to-face blows there was anger because Chelsea knew that say Niko could lose summer Madrid Mubeba Barca Mubeba the bigger teams will take him and the only opportunity was to get a World Cup winning player in January. Omoneboni din komo mabo energy tumu. Now if you are Casa Benfica betiasie. They bought a branch here friend Enzo Fernandez. Now he goes to play his first game against team friend Benfica. A Benfica team with a lot of experienced players, Nicolas Otamendi. You see, I've seen that Enzo Maresca wants to do a lot of tactical dynamism and a lot of tactical versatility in how he plays. Oshe the last game of boy against Esperance de Tunisia. He went back to the 3-2 base, before some match, you know, Obebo a 4-2-2-2 against Palmeiras, where he wanted to play Abentia Ferro, Liam Delap, any Abentia Yefredo, Pedro Neto as the top two over there to go long to them. Watch Benfica against Team Ferro by München. It was a 5 at the back. They can play 3 flats and can also play 4 at the back. So it's 2 teams with a lot of tactical changes. Against Team Ferro by München, Bayern Fono and Benfica for a winning game with a compact low block and then transiting. I think that's how they play against Chelsea. Everyone with teams like Chelsea for a softer team. You bet me a city a low block. Me and my morning against them. Then we transit and play. You see, Enzo Maresca team Rich, if they really want to stand and be counted as part of the big boys, truly are any conference league, any England top 4. It is really about progressing from the round of 6 to the Club World Cup against a club like Benfica, or no consider any big name, to go to the quarter-final. What Niko could do one man, then small, you are getting to the top. I think it's very tough. Very, very tough. I'm expecting Chelsea to qualify. Me picks no to qualify. I'm expecting Chelsea to qualify. In 90 minutes, and over 1.5 is also a likely one that can fall for some match. And see, me many aso. See, my main first year say ma nyame adoma or China so Paris Saint-Germain were games. I think the Paris Saint-Germain will go. I think the 2 European teams not China. All many now will go through our Club World Cup.
No, John Duran, he's Saudi Arabia and went to Yambo.
I want to be about Tom. So,
I go Mukota and come to Germany.
So, me catch you.
If me catch you,
oh, I want to see you go to. If you check it to only Watkins, if you talk about England for Ivan Tony, you also. You do a check a second, you have to Krumano.
Saudi Arabia, go ahead to Yamo. They didn't come see Kakam. Yes, it just say Marino's open.
I saw the champion
of Marino.
Say, we are Renfa.
Since today, Marino Pa, baby, as on Marino Pan and Eddie, or Tenny and Tenny. And I said, but Yami had more China.
Yeah.
Yenia Casenia Senior Peru.
Okay.
Was a show we did. I mean, Senior Peru, yeah, Manchester City.
Yeah.
I'm fan Cassia Pie show is on Venia Grokra. Or China birthday or chance once a ma. Inti, you show no happy birthday in advance. Or show this is Senior Peru. Happy birthday in advance.
I Senior Peru birthday. I mean,
Shano. I mean,
lunch for me, Honzi.
Uncle Chubby. Chawini.
Oh, there be any channel. Okay. But I'll still give him lunch.
Okay.
Or Chema see your
I am a noisy neighbor.
I'm to manage you. Me want lunch.
Noisy neighbor.
Here, Peru are cry. Oh, Kotos do on Madenta on. There's a nice papaya there.
Okay.
I'll take care of his lunch. On J Burgers, Niko Xbina. On Fan Juju Neboricity. And the codes, you know. First one here 2074 BC 65 2074 BC 65. That is the first code. Second one here 2074 8D 9A 2074 8D 9A. Third one here 2074 B4 2C 2074 B4 2C. And the last one here 2074 BEC8. These are the codes I know. Yeah, they man was some coffee. Me definitely sure said today will boom. Inti kokona kuchevi.
Bra Koku wisdom. I say this Benjamin Sesko should be valued around 35 million. In all honesty, they say transfer market need to almost say no. Maybe players be able to buy 70-100 as Isaac Benjamin. And that's how one would never be an about your opponent who be new.
Benjamin Sesko.
Some open 70 to say. Must say transfer, but down to me can say, okay, so Okophobia could copy the Intino. Issa Farid. Fifi Manfred boys in the back, continue on so by attacking me. Or since I may attack Chelsea fans, now me go score free. But so Kofi by attacking me there. Yay! Fifi Manfred boys in Libya. Mobile attacking me. Okay. Over to me to message number. Insha 104.5. Na ya kind amount. Best man could be empire like twice one on an idea. Mini Bibia, me to